Hey guys, doing this is very important in reference to history and reference to Dirty Frank Sinatra and his criminal organization. And somebody wanted it known that Frank's probably not real Italian. So, in reference to, I don't know if he really sang his songs or what, but somebody have to analyze that. And if they find out that Frank Sinatra didn't really sing his songs, then they need to publicly say that in like the Hollywood Reporter and all media. If whether Frank was just a front man for the real singer or what. And that has to be known. What songs Frank really sang and which songs he did not really sing. That's very important. But in reference to the information of Frank and his ties to the CIA or FBI, he is violating British intelligence laws and royal monarch laws of an English-speaking nation and continent. Because the national language is English. Everybody knows that. But in reference to the situation, look at how many times these men tried to pick fights with my father. There was one particular night that somebody had, and there was some other guy, like Frank tried to hire some football player one time. I guess that he went to the studios, and Frank and this football player guy was trying to fight my father or something in the office. And some people know who that man is, or they know who it is, but they'd have to do a story on that too in the media. But in reference to Frank Sinatra, there's one time that my father and my mother, and I might have been there too when I was little, and we were eating at an Italian restaurant, possibly, or a restaurant. I'm not sure if it was the steakhouse in California where this happened, or it might have happened at another restaurant in New York too, where Frank and his goons, or Frank and his muscle men that he called them, had tried to disrupt a dinner that my mother and father was having, or I might have been there too. And then Frank had tried to ask my father to go outside because he wanted to beat up on my father. Then my father kicked all their asses. And my father could have killed every fucking one of them legally, because my father had license to kill. But my father was a real royal king too. Don't forget that, a real European American king, 100%. But there was also a time that and my father should have had all of them arrested. My father should have put every fucking one of them in prison for life. But he didn't. And this is what these people always do. These are the kind of people that need to get prosecuted and thrown in prison and throw away the key, so these fucking people go to prison for life for their fucking crimes. But, there was like one time where my parents and I was possibly there. I might have been little, or it might have been before, or whenever. Or I might have been in a coma from injuries from government when I was little. But somebody has the time and date, whichever restaurant it was. But Frank and his men was outside, and I don't know how many there were, but they tried to pick a fight with my dad. And then my dad beat all their asses and had them all on the ground. They didn't mean, they were all fucking knocked down, and my father could have killed every fucking one of them. But he didn't kill none of them. But the point of information, there might have been some other Italians or French there. There might have been Asians there that saw what these men tried to do to my father. But my father beat their ass. And it was like in the back alley of the restaurant or something. But then what these people do, they always try to regroup when they get their asses kicked. When they instigated the whole scenario, the whole situation. And then they tried to make up ways of trying to get to my father's money and land when they instigated the fight. And I want you to understand something. The CIA people, they seem to think it's fucking funny to pick fights. They seem to think that they are in the right based on their beliefs of what race they are, based on Adolf Hitler's beliefs or whatever. They think they had a right trespassing into people's lives. Well, I'm going to tell you again, government man, the laws of Elliot Ness can take you and put you in a courtroom and have your head fucking chopped off for your fucking bullshit. Do you understand that? Just because you have a government title don't mean you can violate royalty of America, no matter what race you are. Do you understand that? You are violating the Constitution and you're still hitting me in the teeth, which you're going to pay for that one of these fucking days. I don't know how you're going to pay for it. Whether somebody kills you, puts you on trial for the death penalty, or whether they lock you up and you sit in prison until you fucking die. I'm not sure what's going to happen to you. But you're still burning my face and teeth. That shit was outlawed. My father and mother never did nothing to you or anybody of your race. I've never done nothing to you. You've tried to make me look like the bad guy. And you tried to make my parents look like the bad people because you were trying to steal the wealth of my family. I'm going to warn you again what you've done to my teeth. They can cut off your legs and your arms. They can just chop you up into nothing. Or they can feed you to some fucking shark pit or some type of trick or some type of, they can just, whatever. They can feed you to alligators or whatever they got to feed you to. But you better stay out of my face with your fucking satellite. You are trying to pick fights. You are trying to cause problems. And your CIA title does not outrank royalty of America. And the CIA is probably 98% or 99% German. And this country is not Germany. You are not the police of this country. The Germans are not the owners of this fucking country. If they catch a CIA or FBI or anybody in government claiming they owned America, every fucking one of their people that are involved can go to prison for claim jumping in America. Just remember that, you fucking dirty motherfuckers.